Hello, welcome to my third match of Season 45, Division C4, playing Lechatonnoir. They're the third French player I believe I'm playing after Jean-Michel, and I've yet to play Natuba. I believe that's how that's said. Let's take a look at this kingdom. Cathedral, very strong, your eyes drawn to that, especially if there's games, which there are. Lots of games with festivals, stockpiles, my village, Wayfarer. Almost certainly we're going to open Cathedral here. Wave the total's pretty interesting. We can set things aside to play at the start of next turn, so you can get some overdraw with Smithies and play those. You do want to get festivals for the plus buy to go with the highway for the gains, and stockpiles let you build stuff up very, very quickly. So I think we just click on Cathedral here. The build order is not incredibly clear to me, but it seems pretty straightforward that we're getting a stockpile here. Different things we can consider, like a Smithy, or a Wayfarer even. We can't get Wayfarer because it's 6. So yeah, we'll just get stockpile. You hope to draw a stockpile and some coppers, and you can buy another stockpile and a Wayfarer. That seems like how we're going to get going. On this 3, so next turn I have 3 coppers, stockpile estate. So I'll trash an estate and I'll have 6. So I'll probably buy Stockpile Wayfarer next turn. So I don't think I want to add anything into the deck other than that at this point. You've got to be a little bit careful with Cathedral in these kingdoms, but just a little bit. Yeah, so we're mirrored here, and they won't know it, but I said ahead of time that I knew that this is what I was doing. We've mirrored so far. We'll see if... Actually, we're not mirrored so far. What happened differently? 5, 11, 10. No, we are mirrored. I was counting they had 1 fewer card in their deck, but that's because they trashed at the beginning of the turn. So this is going to be a significantly better turn 5 for them. So they're going to be a bit ahead here, which is not the end of the world, but it's going to mean they're quite a bit ahead going into the, what, 3rd, 4th shuffle, whatever shuffle number that is. As I said, it's not the end of the world, but it's going to make my life a little bit more difficult. They could even consider like triple stockpiling here. That puts me in a pretty bad position in terms of the stockpile split, and I probably respond with just stockpile. Probably second Wayfarer seems fine, or Snowy Village for the village. Dungeons are also pretty nice with Cathedral because you can play the dungeon effect. You can activate the dungeon duration effect before the Cathedral. But, you know, they're first player here, and they're in a pretty commanding position at this point due to this draw. Obviously, they have to convert it. So, I don't know what they're thinking. Are they thinking like Festival Highway? That seems like 3 stockpiles seems completely reasonable to me here. You just want to slam the stockpiles and convert those into festivals. Crowns will be nice too. Crown and festival or crown and draw will be pretty strong. You know, with Cathedral, normally you worry about having enough stuff in your deck to trash, but I think this game will be pretty much over by turn 11. The stockpiles will be empty. The festivals will be empty. Highways will be close to empty. Wayfarers will be pretty empty. So even that consideration of like, what if I run out of stuff to trash will not happen. And again, we have tons of extra buys with Festival and extra gains with Wayfarer and stuff. You can build a lot of overdraw. Interesting. Double highway. Double highway. Interesting. So I can take 2 stockpiles here. They're very likely to find, because they're very likely to find their highways and their Wayfarer here, which means they can empty the stockpiles pretty easily. So I think I'm just going to take 2 and try to have enough to build up my deck that way. Oof, I bottom decked my Wayfarer. This is disastrous. And they did not. I wonder if they there could have turtled the Wayfarer. You want to with these highways buy things, obviously. And it looks like they drew their highway and they bottom decked 1 stockpile. So I'm going to get the last stockpiles here. certainly if they leave me one. Okay, they did not. Did not leave me one. So bottom cards, the Wayfarer. I think I'm going to grab a Festival and a Dungeon. A Dungeon, or I think Festival and a Dungeon, and then look to add a Crown. And I'll be adding silvers and stuff with the Wayfarer, so hopefully find my Festival in these top two. They've got 8, so they've exiled 4 stockpiles. I've exiled 2 so I think I have 2 more. We'll consider if I play this Wayfarer or not after I see what I draw with the Dungeon. Yeah, double Festival Smithy seems nice. Yeah, the Festival's on the bottom. So I think I'm just going to next turn this Wayfarer and then gain my own highway here. And again, I'm pretty far behind. So I have a Festival on the bottom. So I can go Copper Wayfarer, which seems reasonable to me. Just to make sure I get stuff drawing, get my deck going. I can next turn it next turn, so I've always got a duration Wayfarer coming in. This bodes well for me. They did not draw any actions at the top, so I'm in pretty good shape there. And I need to add now Festivals, Crowns, Highways in some order. It's not at all clear to me what that order is, so we'll have to see. I'm actually a little bit underdrawing, I think, the way the Dungeon is going to... I don't know if I can discard with the Dungeon first. The Dungeon discard stuff. If the Dungeon is going to be awkward in hands like this because I am not playing this Wayfarer for draw, but I can play the Dungeon first. 2 Festivals in a Wayfarer. Okay, so yeah, I play the Dungeon first, discard 2 coppers, then I'm going to play that, and I will gain a silver. Trash that. Okay, I don't think drawing the silver is worth it. Yeah, I don't think drawing the silver is going to be worth it, so I'm just going to turtle that. Guarantee that I draw next turn. So this is 6 or 9. It's almost certainly going to be 9, I think. So the question is, what do I buy for 9? I need to get another buy very, very badly. I need to get more draw. I need to get more highways. So this could be like Highway, Smithy, Snowy Village. Get me another highway. The Smithy's draw. Actually, it could be. I mean, Wayfarer is better in that case. Wayfarer, highway, Snowy Village. The Snowy Village should hopefully play near the end of the turn. The deck is small enough. So yeah. So the only other thing to consider is Crown, but I just don't think I have the chance to get a Crown yet. I need to add the buys and. Hopefully with an extra buy next turn and stuff will be... I want to have 3 buys next turn. So I really want to try to get 2 buys this turn. Which leads me to think Wayfarer, Crown, Snowy Village, and I can try to crown the Festival. I can always crown the draw card as well. I don't get another highway, but that's the risk I have to take, I suppose. Again, they are quite a bit ahead. Still, I think. They had the 1 dud, but they had a couple of shuffles that were quite a bit nicer than mine. So they've got the extra highway, 2 extra festivals, which is quite nice. So stuff's going to be very cheap for them to buy. And obviously, once you get like 4 highways in play, 5 highways in play, you can just grab a ton of crowns and festivals. And Wayfarers are already going to be really cheap. The only advantage is I do have these duration Wayfarers coming in. Or these turtled Wayfarers coming in, so they're able to set that up now. So they can get like 2 festivals and 2 crowns even here, or like festival, crown, highway, wayfarer, something like that. Seems pretty reasonable. And because of the position I am behind, I'm gonna need to figure something out here. Might as well gain a silver. Okay, so the plan had been to crown festival, and I stand by that. Play the Wayfarer. So I can gain a silver here. That seems fine. I'll discard 2 coppers. Play the Snowy Village to draw 1, so 1's top decked. Turtle that, and I've got 4 buys. So I'm down on the highways, so I pretty badly need to get highways here. And I don't really have something I can do with my 3rd buy. So they've got 4 festivals, so up to, and a crown. So they've got up to 6 buys, and they've got 4 highways. So basically I have to lower the piles down to 7, which means I can get 2 highways and a festival, and I don't think they can pile out in that situation. But then I don't have enough buys myself. I've got Crown Festival, so I'll have only 4 buys in that case too. So I think the most important thing for me to do is add buys. So like Highway Festival Crown. That adds 2 buys. I'm just really far behind in the buys. I wonder if I can, if Snowy Villages are a consideration here. Turtled Snowy Villages are really bad, right? Yeah. But as you see, I'm ending this turn with 5 actions, so it's not like I needed actions. I think I have a little bit more money than they do. It's about the same. Oh, this is tough. They're quite far ahead, and it's hard for them to leave an opening for me, even because of the position that they're in. So it's like I need to add highways, I need to add festival, I need to add crowns. And they can lower pretty aggressively, and I can't because of the situation we're in with the number of buys. I'm limited to 4 buys, and they have 7 buys. So what can I do to stop that? I'm going to do what I had thought, Crown Festival Highway, and not feel great about it, but not sure that I have something that's clearly better. I fell behind pretty quickly after that turn 6, turn 5. We were mirrored through the first 2 turns. We both got stockpiles, Wayfarers on turn 3 and 4, and then turn 5 they found their Wayfarer, and my Wayfarer was bottom deck. I didn't see it till turn 7, so I'm quite a bit slower moving through my deck. So they can compute that I am limited to 6 buys, so they can buy Highway and a couple of crowns and move to pile next turn. Did I miscount how many buys? They only have 6 buys. Okay, so they only had 6 gains. I could have bought 1 more Highway then, and I should have. They were not able to crown the festival, but they did crown a Highway. That is quite unlucky draw. It seems almost impossible given the number of cards they had in their hand. Certainly they could have played the first Highway, or did they draw? They only have 5, 6, 7 stop cards? I am confused. They did not want to gain... Okay. I'm not quite sure what just happened, but... So we've got 5 gains here. I, in my best turn, can get 6 gains. So they need to watch out for me getting 6 gains, although my stuff is more expensive because I only have 2 highways. But I can generate a decent amount of coins with the Wayfarer draw, and I can add like 9 money. Whew. So... What does it take for me to win now? Well, I'll play the turtle thing first. I will gain a silver, and I'll play the dungeon. Discard 2 silvers, trash a copper. So what does it take me to win? I've got 6 buys in best case. Wayfarers. If I play the highways first, the Wayfarers will cost, what, 1? I am second player, right? I think they left me a tie here if I can get to 14. No, I don't even need that much money. But I don't see any way to do better than a tie. Because I only have, well, I'm going to crown the festival, I guess, to start with. Play it both times. Now I'm going to go ahead and play a Wayfarer. Gaining a silver. So yeah, I can crown the festival. So it costs me, it takes me 5, it costs me 3, 9, 15 to tie. Seems like they left me a tie open, unless I'm crazy. Sure. So I can gain 3 Wayfarers, 2 highways, and a province. I probably should have stopped and thought before this, but they've got a turtle thing down, so I think I might as well just take the tie. Absolutely double check that I'm second player here. Not quite sure why they left me a tie open, but I will take a tie on that kingdom. So their first player leads to a tie, and I feel like they're in a pretty commanding position, so pretty happy to snag a tie out of that, and we move on to game 2.